Hello Malaysia and welcome to another edition of The Nation. I'm Jared Ratnam and once again we bring on an exciting guest. Yesterday we spoke to a brother, today she's here. Well, if you watched yesterday's show, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't know who I'm talking about, her name is Siti Rosiana binti Zain. We know her as the great Ziana Zain. She joins us today. Ziana, a very good day to you and thank you very much for joining us. It's
thank you very much, my pleasure.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in the industry for so long. You started in 1990. Yes. Mada Berhela was your debut album and that sold, quite a few copies, millions, I think, yeah.
Well, I started as a singer actually when I was 17 actually. 17. I mean, that time I was busy with PDRM. That's where I knew that I can sing. Right. Because I know singing is my passion.
With PDRM, I know your father was in your father was in the police force.
Yeah, so I get involved accidentally actually
with the PDRM band.
PDRM because there's one time police have their dinner show, so they were searching for a female singer. So they said they know that I can sing, so they came to my father and asked for permission. So can I? So my dad said, no, she's still young. You know, I don't want her to get involved this and that. But that when they keep on asking, they said, why not? You are a policeman. So when we have a daughter that can sing something good, they said. Then my dad said, okay, never mind, I go and have a try first. Then after you started, after I started, I fell in love. I feel so attached with music, and until I work, I have so many jobs before this.
But before that, sebelum tu, you were not involved in music at all?
No, not at all.
Even singing on your own at home?
At home, yes. I'm a bathroom singer.
Bathroom singer.
Day, okay?
Yes, yes.
I did enter a few pertandingan lah, something like that lah, and then I won. But after that, keep quiet because I don't know where to channel my singing career. But until I get the offer from PDRM, that's where I started. And then after that, I work, and then I sing again, work, sing again until my last was stewardess, MES. That was 92. I get 90. I get offer from BMG. That time was BMG from Encik Aziz Bakar. Then he said, why not you come to the office and we discuss about your contract. So that's where it began. So that's where
Aziz Bakar.
Yeah, the great Aziz Bakar. And then that's where I get my first album. Until today.
See, when I spoke to your brother yesterday, he talked about how your dad was a very strict guy, and to allow his daughter to sing, he was pretty tough on your brother, but he would have been tougher on you.
Of course, because as a policeman, there's lots of rules, do and don'ts. But I really thankful my father because all the things that he taught me. I became a very tough inside, meaning he always told me, he said, if you want something, you make sure you reach your goal. Right. So that's what I've been doing all this time until today. So I was happy with how he raised me, and all the
I mean, your father also kept the family together, very close-knit family. And so, if anything, the family comes back together. And your brother is really happy that when he had his concert, the family was there. That was more important to him. And
because for us, you came from your family. If there's no family, you are nowhere. So always remember, whatever you do, you must always remember, get blessing from our parents. That's the first thing. And then, whatever you do, everything gonna be smooth. Yeah.
Well, before we talk about your first album, Mada Berhela, which was released about 1992, 92. Someone gave me a question. A friend of mine who works on the 15th floor, she says, how does Ziana stay so young? So, what's your secret?
There are so many people keep on asking the same question. I said, whatever. 4 kids. I have 4. My last was twins, one boy, one girl. I don't know the key of awet muda lah, it's your heart. If you're always happy, if you're always, if in Malay, jujur. Jujur, okay. And you always think positive. it will reflect on your face actually.
Right.
Always think positive thing. Always tell yourself that, you know, like today, I'm so lucky I can still get up and see my children.
Right. Do you do that every day?
Yeah.
You do that every day? Yeah.
First thing, I open my eyes, say, my goodness, thank God, I still can see my children. I'm still okay, I'm still healthy. And of course, other than that, you must take supplement lah, like collagen or vitamin, whatever. Or maybe
and
do
exercise.
some exercise.
Do you exercise a lot?
I do, yes.
So that's your secret. Exercise, be happy, be grateful, focus on the right things.
Yes.
And and having 4 kids and no, doing what you do must be quite tough.
Hectic actually. I did complain to myself. I said, I don't have time to sleep. I don't have time to do this and that. No, I don't have time for myself. But when you think back, God is great.
Right.
He gave you this, He gave you this. You know, I mean, if you want something, if you want to be a good mother, then don't do anything. Just, you know, sit at home.
Sit at home, focus on being a mother.
Being a mother. But when you think back, you are lucky. I am lucky. I have my career. I have my family. What more do I want?
Right.
So it's up to me how to
balance it
up. But I'm happy, even though I complain to myself, but I'm happy.
Right. You know, throughout the years, with most of the artists, not I wouldn't say all, I'm not generalizing, but with most of the musicians and artists, there's always some controversy in their lives. You never had much controversy. Your life was very disciplined, and you're very focused on your music and your career. Then, you know, we heard about you and your kids. You know, it's always there's always an update about you in the news or in magazines. And I guess being disciplined is the key thing.
Yes, that's why I really thankful to my father, even though he is a very garang, very fierce, but he taught me a lot. He said, never let anybody look down on you. Never let anybody say bad things to you, because whatever it comes from you. So you yourself have to bring yourself, you know, tell people that you are a good
person, good individual.
Yes, and always don't create any unnecessary things.
Right.
So people will write, because all the 10 good things that you do, but when one bad things happen, they will write one bad things forever. Your 10 good things, they won't write anymore. So I think whenever my father said that, I said, yeah, that's true, that's true. I said, so I try my very best to be a good person, to be a good daughter, and to be a good wife, because I actually an idola for my fans.
Right. A lot of girls look up to you.
Yeah, I have to be good. I must be good person.
Right. You know, I was speaking of being an idol or an idola. Yesterday, while speaking to your brother, I told him every time I used to go help with karaoke competitions, MC for karaoke competitions. Every time a guy sings a song, it would be one of your brother's songs.
Yes.
Every time a girl sings a song, if she's got high pitch, she'll want to sing one of your songs. So I guess you've inspired a lot of people, a lot of girls to take up music and to do what you do. But your life and everything changed for you when you came up with when you released the first album, Mada Berhela. So we talked a little bit about Aziz Baka. So what happened when you signed on for this album? Who was involved in the making of the album?
Well, it was funny actually. I was working. I was on the flight to Sabah and to Singapore.
You were still working there?
Yeah, that time. So Aziz Baka came to me and said, Ziana, he called me Siti. Do you still want to sing? I said, wow, Cik Aziz, you know me, I love singing very much. So I said, okay, never mind. Set an appointment, come to the office. So I came with my father. Then he said, Pak Zain, I want her to be a singer. I said, my father said, no lah, I don't think so. It's not an easy job. Right. But Aziz told her, my father, never mind, I'll guide her. I will guide her. So, you know, I had a small conversation with my father. Said, Dad, give me permission. Slow talk, come lah, Dad. You know, you'll be around. You know, I said, okay lah. Then when I signed, then released my first album. I still working.
Right.
I'm still working until one day I had this promotion, big promotion for my first album, and that time I supposed to go to Korea 5 days.
Long haul lah.
Long haul. So I was like, my goodness, this is the thing that I have to decide whether I want this, I still want to fly, or I still want to be a singer. So I said, okay, God, I said, if I choose as a singer, I said, is it gonna be a good one or a bad one? And then I had a long talk with my dad, with my brother. Then they said, I know singing is your passion. It's like love. Without singing, you die.
Right.
So you think. Then I said, never mind. I decide this is what I want. This is my passion. So I go for it. So thank God, when I take the decision, I go for it. I never thought I'm going to be popular. I never thought that I'm still here until today. I think maybe because, I don't know, I take it as my passion, and one thing I tell to myself, this is a responsibility. Singer is a big responsibility. It's not for fame, it's not for glamour.
Right.
I tell myself, this is my rice bowl. This is my passion.
So you thought of it like that.
Yes.
Back in the 80s, we all wanted to be musicians or singers because we wanted a better life.
Yes.
You know, me, my friends, or most of us wanted to do music because we thought, oh, we want to reach fame. But for you thought of it as a rice bowl.
Yeah. Rice bowl and responsibility. Because we are like ambassador to our fans.
Right.
Because most of our songs motivate them. When you sit down with them, they say, Kak Ziana, I had a big exam. You know, whenever I feel like so risau, I listen to your song.
Right.
Your song, your voice motivate me. So I said, my goodness, this is a responsibility.
Right.
This is no joke. Singing is no joke. So from there, I said, why not? You know, I give good song, I give good lyric to them, so that I give something back to them.
Right.
So I bump in a few of my fans, you know. Now they said, now Kak Ziana, because of you, you may motivate me. Now I become a teacher. Right. I become an engineer. Oh my goodness! You see, our career is not a small job.
Yeah, it is.
It is responsibility. So I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy with what I did for the past how many years? 20 over years, and I'm still doing it.
Right.
Motivate people.
But talking about your first album, you were working while recording the album.
Yes.
And I just have you know that recording an album takes a lot of work. It's just not you go and sing one song and it's done. You know, you have to sing it over and over again. Then you get the right mix. You must be happy with your voice. The producer must be happy with the voice. You know, everyone must be happy. And then, you know, the process is long. Back then it was worse. Now today technology has changed. 20 years ago it was different.
Yes, different.
So how did you juggle your time? You know, that and working.
Well, it's difficult because you only have about, let's say, your off day about 3 days. So you only have 1 day to rest. The next day you go for recording. Sometimes it's very no time to listen to the song, you know, but the drive, because you like.
Right.
When you like, the drive is, my goodness, I don't know from where it came.
Right.
So when the drive is there, whatever in front of you, you just go for it.
Right.
I said, I make sure this thing will happen. My song will boom. That's my aim, my focus, and thank God, it works.
Yeah. It was that high pitch that got everyone, you know, that song. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to find out more about the great Ziana Zain. We're also going to be talking about Queen of the City. Do you know what that is? We'll give you some information about what's happening during Secretaries Week and how Ziana is involved in it. In the meantime, you stay with us. We're going to come back and find out more about her life right here at The Nation on Purnama TV. Stay with us.
not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you.
Kavita, Meling, dah set ke belum?
Sikit je lagi, Puan.
Apa menu kita hari ni?
Semua menu sihat. Ikan bakar, sup ayam, sayur-sayuran. Banyaklah.
Puan, banyaknya guna minyak. Bahayakan kesihatan lah.
Betul lah macam ni. Saya dah kurangkan separuh dari biasa ni.
Cuba rasa ni. Sedap tak?
Biar kurang masin, jangan lebih.
Betul tu. Kita kena kurangkan minyak, gula,
garam dan santan dalam masakan. Barulah ramai pelanggan datang ke kedai kita.
Semuanya
sihat belaka.
Menyelami realiti, menjejaki masa, meninjau peristiwa, paparan kronikal kembara kehidupan, pelbagai keunikan juga pengalaman menarik. Segalanya disorotkan selama setengah jam dalam channel bernama setiap Ahad jam 9.30 malam hanya di Bernama TV.
Hello Malaysia and welcome back to The Nation. I'm Jared Ratnam and we'll continue our chat with Ziana Zain. Of course, we're also going to talk to you about Queen of the City. In the meantime, I'm going to give you a number. Please take this number down. I'll tell you why I'm giving you the number later. It's 039171 0973. That's 039171 0973. We'll come back and give you more numbers in a while. In the meantime, Secretaries Week is around the corner. We'll be talking about a great thing happening within the city and also outside the federal capital. There's two great shows happening. We'll talk about that towards the end. But in the meantime, I want to find out about how Ziana became successful, that road to success, and how she stays driven and motivated throughout all these years. 20 over years doing the same thing. Is it 20 or more?
20 more actually.
More, it's more. I think it's close to 30 over years.
Yeah.
And doing what you do and seeing what you see now in the music industry. Today, everything's very quick, everything's very fast. The good thing about today is someone comes up with a product, we don't hope for an A&R manager to see it. You just put it on YouTube, let the people decide. But back then it was a little different. And when you see the progress of music in Malaysia, you see how where we were, where we are today. Do you think we are going in the right direction musically?
Actually, yes. With the new technology, you know, you cannot say no. But I think in
okay, I'm talking about mungkin on the side of discipline. Discipline.
Discipline, inside of discipline, I think maybe, I don't know lah, on my opinion, maybe new singers, they don't have to go for promotion here and there, you know, from mall to mall, you know.
They don't do that anymore, huh?
No, not like us. We have to go. I mean, if Johor Bahru, if we have 5 shopping mall, we will go 5 shopping mall. But the beauty of it, fans close to us. Right. And you know the response. You get the energy. That's the best thing actually.
Right. Right. And the repertoire, or rather the close relationship you guys have with the media, and like saying, if I want to get in touch with Zainal Abidin or Abang Zainal, as I know him, I'll call him. Today, you know, when it comes to a young singer, you don't get to speak to them. Speak to my PA, you know. And I don't know. And I think the discipline comes from communicating with people. And back then, you guys had to do most everything. Going to a shopping mall today to promote your album is uncool for the younger musicians and singers. But back then, it was the way we survived. Going from one mall, well, probably she would survive promoting an album. We on the sidelines would go there as MCs, you know, promote the albums, things like that. So things have changed very much. That discipline part of becoming, or the process of becoming a good singer or a good entertainer, Do you think that's lacking? Because I personally feel that's lacking.
Yes. We have to go through hard time first in order to achieve something big. But when you achieve that, hey, you look back to yourself, my goodness, this is not sincere. You know, whatever I work hard for, I get something big. So you appreciate your hard work. You start from scratch. You know, when people recognize, until today, you feel, my goodness, all the hard work I've been through is really, you know, pay lah.
Yeah, it's
you know,
paying off. Yeah.
Paying off. So maybe now, new singer, they feel everything is only touch, everything you can communicate, whatever, you know, very easy for them.
Right.
So they don't feel the hard work that we've been kita dah lalu last time. You know.
So when you talk about hard work, you know, that you've gone through, yang dilalui oleh pemuzik or entertainers zaman 80-an and the 90s, the amount of work you all put through, is it also work on your vocals? Did you have to work on that a lot?
Yes.
They say, you know, everyone tells me Ziana is gifted. She doesn't have to practice, she can just sing.
Oh,
yeah, but did you have to practice?
I practice. You know,
to get the high octaves.
Yes. My vocal teacher is Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin,
I cried when Whitney
Anita
passed.
Baker. My goodness, Whitney. Oh,
I cried. I made the announcement on radio and I cried.
Oh my goodness, she is my idol. I learned a lot from her. I learned a lot of technique from her. Mid-range, high note, how she sustained her high note. I don't know lah. All her album, I bought all her album. Even when I wake up early in the morning after breakfast, the first singer yang I akan dengar is Whitney Houston. I'll make sure I'll hit the notes. Didn't we almost have it all? My goodness, I make sure 1 week or 3 days, I make sure I hit the notes. Sometimes you get sore throat. Okay, I will like take rest for 1 day. The next day, you know, that's where I learn my singing, how to control my voice from her.
Yeah, and back then we didn't have a YouTube channel with all the lessons and, you know, all of the tips. It was, you know, you go read books, you talk to people, you listen to CDs, you know.
Last time I got CDs.
CDs, cassettes.
Then nanti putus, you go and buy again.
Go and buy again, or sambung, do your own work at home.
Yeah.
So that hard work is lacking today.
Yes. But when you think back, I think I'm very, very grateful and thankful to Whitney Houston, to Anita Baker. You know, I learned a lot from them.
What's your favorite Anita Baker's?
Rapture.
Rapture, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Been a rapture.
Oh goodness. That's where I get my identity. I collect a bit from this singer, from that singer, so I make it one for me, and thank God I have my own identity.
Right. And also at this point, I'd like to say that, you know, I know of people who refer to Ziana as the J-Lo of Malaysia, and I think that personally, to me, that's an insult because she sings way better than J-Lo. But that aside, as you grow, as you matured, did you feel your voice changing?
Yes, of course. I read a lot of books. Even I had a conversation with Salami Hassan.
The great Kak Salami.
The great. That time she had a rehearsal for her concert. Then she said, we talk about singing, about voice, and she said, Ziana, I'm already 50 plus. You don't expect me to sing that gelombang, the same pitch. You know, as we grow, as we mature, our vocal cord is getting lacking of that grip. Yeah. So it's okay, dear. It's nature. As long as you can sing, you still have your beautiful voice. Your control is okay. It's fine. Everybody will face the same thing. You will also. Everybody will. Especially for us who have high pitch.
But how do you explain like the soul singer? Okay, soul. You talk about Aretha. You talk about Shaka Khan, how do they maintain their voice? How do you think they maintain their voice?
I don't know how lah, dear. They are gifted lah, I think.
It's amazing how they
how they keep up, how they maintain. I mean, I did talk about it with Anwar. Anwar, can you listen to her? How can she maintain? We were like, what formula that make them, you know, good
so
forever?
Brother and sister still sits down and do research.
We still sit down. We still have a chat about music. You know, latest. You know, gifted lah. I think they all are gifted.
Right.
Like Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
They are gifted actually, not all.
So with what you're doing now, do you need to still practice for, like, say, this upcoming show that you're doing?
Of course, I need to practice.
On your own at home, I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, yeah lah. Sometimes there's a few songs that old songs, you know, you have to sing back, you have to memorize all the lyrics.
Do you forget lyrics to your own songs?
Sometimes, every time I came out with new album, all our hits. Can you imagine 5 or 6 all hits? So can you imagine? My goodness, so many hits. Sometimes you don't even remember. You know, you can't even remember because there's so many hits.
Right. So I always talk about people forgetting the lyrics, but someone once told me that he didn't forget his lyrics. He used the lyrics of his other song to sing in this. Does that happen?
Sometimes it happens. It
mash-ups and
yeah, it happens to me before. I say, oh my goodness, the intro came already. How come inside my brain
the melody
is different. My goodness. So I have to look at my manager. So they know already. Okay, then I masuk lah. Then baru masuk. Well, I think maybe our brains, our computer have so many information, so many things already discharged. That's why. Right.
And you know, with the bands you've practiced with, do you use the same musicians all the time, or do you use different musicians?
We are not like international artists where they have their own. We actually depends on shows. Right. Some shows you can have the same one, but some shows they said I have my own. So you have to be. You can understand the situation.
Right. I mean, if you're standing there and you know behind you there's Andy Peterson or Jimmy Ali, you know, you know you're safe. You know, musicians play a big part in the performance too.
That's why I will ask them. So who is our musician? When they said I never heard about this, can you please send? Can you please send? You know, more info about them. If I feel comfortable, then I go. If not, I say I would rather sing with -1. Right. To play safe.
Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll give you more phone numbers. Please get a piece of paper and a pencil or pen ready. We're going to be talking about the Queen of the City. It's a show in conjunction with Secretaries Week. There are 2 venues, one in Shangri-La
on the 9th of April,
and Pasada in
Convention Center in JB.
Yep.
On the 25th.
We'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about what it takes to be an ambassador, an ambassadress. We'll come back and find out more about Ziana Zain right here at The Nation. Stay with us.
Current issues, latest headlines, illuminating visuals. Everything right and now on Bernama News.
Sedar tak kita tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, keadaan iklim yang tak menentu sekarang ni. Perubahan iklim meningkatkan kejadian kemarau, derebu, banjir dan ia menyumbang kepada perubahan iklim yang berlaku secara drastik. Inilah dia faktor-faktornya. Yang pertama, asap dari kenderaan. Yang kedua, penebangan dan pembakaran hutan. Yang ketiga, pembebasan asap dari industri perkilangan. Dan yang keempat, pelupusan sisa buangan. Ini usaha yang Pak Abu buat, iaitu yang pertama, menanam pokok. Yang kedua, mengurangkan atau tidak menggunakan beg plastik. Yang ketiga, mengasingkan bahan buangan. Yang keempat, mengitar semula bahan buangan. Dan yang kelima, memilih barangan dari bahan kita semula. Ada banyak lagi usaha yang boleh kita lakukan. Antaranya, kurangkan pemanduan kereta persendirian dan banyakkan penggunaan kenderaan awam.
Anda adalah sebahagian daripada penyelesaiannya.
Longkah batasan masa. Mengupas isu semasa. Jadi saluran pelbagai suara. Segalanya baru dan benar di Berita Bernama TV.
Welcome back to The Nation. Thank you very much for joining us. We were just chatting off the airwaves about our favorite singer, Whitney Houston, and her subsequent passing on and how it's affected all of us. Well, she's still around. Ziana Zain is doing very well with the music. Up to date, how many albums do you have? Yeah?
I have it. Mada Bahela, Ziana Zain, Setiaku di Sini, Puncak Kasih. My last one, Sugar di Hati Kita, Ziana Zain. I have 6 solo album. I have a lot of cover version.
Right.
I have a lot of soundtrack actually. I have a lot actually.
A lot of soundtrack.
Yes.
But with the albums that you've come up with and the soundtracks you've done, you know, I think you've reached at a point where you want to experiment with different music. Do you want to experiment with different things?
Yes, I do want.
Like
actually.
going back to the old Malay music, that's becoming a trend now. Yeah?
Well, not too old lah. Not. I mean, I still want to maintain my melody, my strong melody, Malay melody. But maybe in terms of arrangement, I would love to change a bit.
Right. Because
now I'm in a 2 generation, my generation and new generation. So you have to tackle both. In order to tackle both, you have to have a new arrangement that both generation can, accept. Yes.
With changing things, have you ever done a full acoustic set?
No.
No.
I only have, I think, one only, Madabella, which is recorded for Ziana Zain Live. That was way back 2003, I think, 2004.
Right, right. And after the success of your first album and your subsequent albums, every album we saw you rising and becoming a bigger star. Did that change you as a person? And be honest with me, did that change you? No.
I still feel I'm still me. I'm still OG for my friend Siti, Rosie, Siti Rosiana. I'm still the same. What changed me is that the difference is only that I'm a singer. When I put on my clothes, glamour, on stage, yes, I'm Ziana Zain. But after that, I'm still me, Siti Rosiana Zain. I don't want. I mean, thank God, because I don't bring that crown diva everywhere I go, because I don't like.
But you know, when you come out into the public or when you're in town, you need to, maintain your. Do you need?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How
do you do that? How do you find that balance? Sometimes, you know, you want to be like your friends, you know, normal, just go and sit in a shop and eat, and people be coming up to you, photo, selfie, you know, all this. How do you deal with all this?
I don't know, I always tell myself when I'm not singing, that's my off day. This is me. So I'll bring myself as a normal person, because for me, I have two lives, one as a singer, one as a normal. So like now, I bring myself as a singer, but after this, I'll bring myself as a normal person. Because for me, it's easy for me to be like that, because people will appreciate me more, because they want to know me, the other side of Ziana Zain. So I feel actually I feel bahagia, I feel happy.
Right.
Like
when you go to town or when you go out shopping with your kids, and every time you're in a shopping mall, I'm sure about it.
Yes.
Everyone will come up to you, sign, photo. How do your kids react to that?
Oh, my first son said, "Ma, why, ma, I feel bored, ma, why, ma?" I said, "Aiman, you must understand. I am a singer. That thing stated here. I said, I cannot run away. This is my passion. This is my career.
Right.
You have to accept that." I said, I know sometimes I juggle with my twins. You know, one is over there, you know, sometimes I don't know where. Fans came, can I take photo? So how to respond? How to answer back? And you know that your kid is somewhere else.
Right.
So how to answer back? I will tell them. I said, I'm so sorry, my dear. Maybe this is not the best time. I don't know where my twins. My kids is my first priority. I do hope you understand. It's not that I'm being sombong.
Sombong or diva.
It is that, this is not a good time. I do hope you understand. Some of them, they understand. I understand, but some of them say, "Oh, Kak Zana, you are so..." I say, I cannot please everybody. I say, I'm so sorry. This is not the right time. If it's the right time, take lah photo. I don't mind. Because I myself, I have my own favorite singer, like Ella, like who else? Late Sharifah Aini, you know, M. Nasir. I still take photo even though I'm a singer. Every time I see them, I feel I still have my butterfly. So I understand how my fan feel. So I will try my very best, you know, to take photo with them. If I cannot, I'm sorry.
Because the reason I asked you this question is I have a friend who is a singer too, but I'm not going to mention who she is. And she always told me that every time she took her children to the mall and people wanted to take photos of her eldest son will just walk away and and not want to be involved.
Yes, that's right.
Apparently, she says it affects them in school, and you know, like in school, the kids, instead of focusing on them as an individual, they always focus on who your mother is. You know?
It happens to my son, my first. You know, he came to me and said, "Ma," or people always make joke. You know, whenever I lalu, you know, at canteen, Zaina Zain. So how do you feel? I feel very angry, ma. Why they, you know? So, this is very.
It's very hard to
explain. You know, I say like this, Aiman. People call my name because you are my son. Always take. You have to switch. I said, why? Because they like me. Why? Because you are son of Zain. That's why people keep on calling my name. So you should be proud, my dear. You should be proud because you are not even your mother. People know I'm a singer, but people also know you. You are the son of Zain. So you should be proud. Carry proudly. I said, not everybody have that. You know, even not my friends, you know, they say, I want to be like you, Ziana. I want to be. You have so many opportunity came to you. I said, well, I said, when I talk back, I said, Aiman, you are lucky because my position, you get so many opportunity. Walk brave, my dear. I said, should be proud. 40 times people call my name. My goodness, that is a great one. I said, you know, like God said, 40 kali orang panggil you good names, you'll be good, my dear. Yeah, ma, yes. Whenever people, you know, call you, Aiman, Anwar Zain, Zaina Zain, you should say what, you know, thank you very much. That's all. No, sooner or later, people will know that you are actually accepting them. I said, in a good manner, in a good way, my dear. Ma, but it's hard, ma. I know, I understand. You should be proud. Be proud. I said, you should be. There's one word I told him. I can't remember.
In Malay, perhaps?
Also, I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Can't recall. I said, you should be proud, lah, my dear. You should be proud.
Well, that aside, it is very difficult for a celebrity's child maintain himself or herself in school, because there's just so many things happening, and this is something we have to look at, especially if we're teachers and people who work within schools. We are excited when we see the celebrity, but we don't know if their kids studying in the school, it affects them too. So that aside, you're an ambassador for most everything. So there's so many products. I know how many products are you an ambassador for?
I started with B&H. What else with collagen last time with my mother. Slumberland, Antabags, Dutch Lady.
Antabags, Dutch Lady.
Dutch Lady.
Currently?
Slim World, Safiranya. My goodness, I have what?
So being an ambassador, what do you have to do? I mean, you have to go out there and be a spokesperson.
Yes.
All the time. So you also have to maintain yourself in order to go out and be a spokesperson.
Yes. You have to educate people about the product, how to use it, how how long does it last, what's the benefit that from this product, like myself, macam like Slim World, I have to maintain myself. I have my own weight. Why Kat Ziana you go for the for
the nation, they want to get some sponsors in, but hair products don't want to come in. You know why? So on a weekly basis, do you have to go out and talk? Every week?
Not every week. They have, let's say, in a month I have to go, let's say, 2 promotions. 2 promotions. Yeah, but I have to know the product. I have to understand the product in order to educate people why this product good.
Right. So you've done it all. You're a singer, actress, acting. Yeah, that's something I didn't talk about. So, but are you still going to act, or do you have anything planned?
Not at the moment, because my twins still 6 years old. So I make sure they.
You spend time with them.
Spend time with them first. Maybe later I don't know See the script. It's if it's good script, maybe why not?
People are making offers, but you're not. It's not the right time for you yet.
It's not the right time.
And it's not the right script for you yet.
I have actually. There's last year. I get offer from one of these production that it was 150 episodes. I said, oh goodness,
150 episodes.
I said, I cannot. It's not that I don't want. I just can't.
Right.
Time is not right. I said,
And they'll call you for a shoot at in the middle of the night. Oh, we want to do a set now. You can't do that.
I can't. Not now. Maybe later. Who knows?
Well, stay with us. We'll take another break and we'll come back. In the last talk set, we're going to be talking about the Queen of the City. Make yourselves available. We'll give you the dates, and we'll also give you some relevant phone numbers to support an upcoming act in conjunction with Secretaries Week. There'll be, of course, Ziana, there'll be Ning, and also Noreen Aziz will come back and tell you what these girls are up to right here at The Nation. Stay with us.
Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Terima kasih. Sama-sama. Sama-sama.
bangsa, satu Malaysia.
Halo, apa kabar pemirsa? Salam dari Jakarta. Sebuah program kerjasama Kantor Berita Indonesia Antara dengan Kantor Berita Malaysia bernama kembali hadir menjumpai Anda.
Hello Malaysia and welcome back to The Nation. I'm Jared Ratnam, and of course at The Nation today we speak to Ziana Zain. We were talking about Queen of the City. I don't know if you can see this, it's pretty far, but if you can get the camera in. There's going to be a show in conjunction with Secretaries Week, and of course Ziana is very much involved in that. But the other two people are, or rather the other two performers are Norin Aziz and also Ning Baizura. Let's close this camera in and take a look at this lovely flyer we have here with us. Okay, there we go. So it's going to be happening very, very soon. Shangri-La, when's that happening?
On the 9th.
Yeah.
And on the 9th at Shangri-La, 25th at Convention Center, Persada. Convention Center, Johor Bahru.
So all this is happening in April. How long is the show going to be for? Or how long is it going to go on for?
Actually, about 40 minutes each, but it depends on the time, on the timing. That
40 minutes each.
40 minutes.
Right. So are you all at some point going to sing together?
Yeah. There will be.
Yeah. So that and the song that y'all sing, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
You cannot mention.
Cannot mention now.
Right. So who came up with this idea for the Secretaries Week show?
It's actually from Switch On Entertainment. You know, they called and they said, we want you to be in our Secretaries Week.
Right.
So is it me alone, or there'll be someone else? So when I asked them, they said, we're still on searching. Okay. Then after we had a second meeting, then they said, okay, you, Ning and Norin will be involved in this Secretaries Week. So I said, wow. I said, this is a surprise actually, because normally if you go for Secretaries Week, you can only see one singer perform.
Right.
But now, one day, one time, three singers, with three genre music.
But I see it as a balance. You've got soul. Okay, Ning does soul, you R&B, and Norin is jazz. You know?
Jazz, Mine is pop.
Pop,
Pop, soul, and
R&B
jazz.
pop. But I always thought you had an R&B because of probably your Whitney Houston influence. We always saw it as that. So this is happening for 40 minutes each of you are going to sing, and it's going to be in the afternoon or in the evening?
Afternoon. It'll be in the afternoon,
Right.
Secretaries Week,
Right.
It's for the secretaries actually. But sometimes not all the secretaries come, you know, sometimes your fans,
So why do we celebrate Secretaries Week? I've interviewed a lot of people on Secretaries Week, but I don't know why we celebrate Secretaries Week.
Yeah, I was like asking myself, so why? I think maybe this is a appreciation from the boss, from the bosses, you know. Secretaries, you know, their work hard, very busy. So this is the time for them to appreciate the secretaries. You know, belanja makan and have some shows. You know, why not? So just want to make them happy.
So during Secretaries Week, when you do a show like this, do you bring them up on stage and talk to them?
I would love to. I would love to interview them and say how long you've been working with this company. So how's your boss? Can you tell us a bit of his character, this and that, or is there any any story behind, meaning any bad stories or good stories? You know, we will chat on stage.
And I'm asking her this simply because back then when you guys used to promote your albums, there's a lot of interaction. You go to a mall, you bring people up on stage, and you make them do funny things.
That's right.
And you see the strangest things, like, you know, a boy will come up, "Aku cinta Kak Ziana."
It's funny, but it's how they express themselves, right?
But you know, this is how it was back in the day, and I think that has helped you all interact with people. And when you do shows like this, it's very easy, isn't it?
Because sometimes when you call them, you feel proud, you know. Hey, see, I can sing. I had the opportunity to sing with Ziana, Zain, with Norin. So for them that is a lifetime memory. So why not?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's happening on the 9th of April 2015 at the Shangri-La, and on the 25th of April at Prasada International Convention Center in Johor Bahru. And of course, the promotional rounds are happening. Ziana, Ning, and also Noreen are also talking about it on various platforms, TV and radio, of course. A while ago, you did have an interview with Bernama Radio 24.
Yes.
And of course, we're putting the word out. We want to see this become a success. But before I come back and give you the numbers, one thing I wanted to talk to Ziana about was being driven. A lot of women who work in KL or I mean in Malaysia, to move forward in an organization, they find it very hard. You have to be really driven to move forward. And a lot of women I know who are coming out of bad lives, wanting to start again, always lack that drive or that motivation. What would be your tip or your advice to these people who always look up to people like you and people before you who've inspired us with your music and your entertainment? What would be your advice to these women?
Okay, for me, whatever you do, always have faith. Always pray to God. Actually, that's the best thing. You have to meditate yourself.
Right.
I am a very, very busy person. Last time when I was on top, I had no friends at all. Even my friend afraid to to come to me. They said, "You are so big, I am afraid." I cry every night. I have no friends. Work. So what I did to myself, I meditate myself. I said, I always tell myself, look into the mirror. Say, hello, you are lucky. It's not too late. Always think positive. Always ask people, cari a good listener. Always tell to yourself, you are still lucky, you are still here. Nobody can change you except you.
Right.
Sometimes if you go here and there also, people will say, why you still like this? Why people sometimes give you bad opinion, The best thing is
bad
you.
Feedback,
feedback, everything. The best is you yourself. You control yourself.
Right.
Nobody can control you.
But I'm sure you've received a lot of people who are not in the industry but who like to comment and oh, Ziana, you should be doing this. I don't think you should be doing. How did you deal with all that?
Oh, I said maybe that is your opinion, but my opinion, this is my opinion. I slice like this.
So
this is me.
You're a very strong character. You already knew. But for me to think about you crying at the time in the height of your career, it happened.
It happened every night.
Yeah.
I feel so lonely. I feel like I'm alone. Yeah, I have my parents, but I don't have anybody to talk. I mean, small chit chat, or you share certain things that I don't have. But yeah, I did cry. But then I said, "Hey, hello, wake up!" I said, "This is opportunity. Nobody can get the same opportunity as you. So why not? Maybe God is great. You get this, you won't get this."
Right.
But I think not a long punya timing of there will be a time.
There's a where
like
they
time
say
frame. Time frame. There will be a time you are left with balance. Yeah, I can say, but to practice is very hard. But if you focus, if you are strong, you always tell to yourself, you can do it, you can challenge yourself, you
need to look in the mirror, physically do it, tell yourself.
Yeah, maybe people say you are gila, but I say, this is the best way to motivate myself, to meditate myself, why not?
Right.
Sometimes kita takut we go to a wrong person, but now we have so many NGO lah, whatever lah, society, they so many badan-badan yang you can refer to.
So basically what you have to do is always motivate yourself by it's simple and cliche, but it's it works for a lot of us. Just look in the mirror and tell yourself that you can do it. Well, speaking of you being able to do it, make sure you do it and go check out the shows that's coming up. One on the 9th of April 2015 at 12 p.m. at the Grand Ballroom in Shangri-La, Kuala Lumpur. The other will be on the 25th of April 2015 at also midday, Prasada International Convention Center in Johor Bahru. For more information on tickets, call this number 03 9171 0973. I'm going to repeat it a little slower, 03 9171 0973 or 9171 0940. That's 9171 0940, and you'll get all the information you need about this great show featuring Ziana, Zain, Ning Baizura and Noreen Aziz, all happening in conjunction with Secretary's Week. It's called Queen of the City. And if you need to speak to someone personally, call Lina or Mia at 013 374 9126 or 018 203 6811. On that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us at The Nation. We also like to thank Ziana for joining us. It was a pleasure and an honor having you in the studios, and thank you for what you've done and brought to us to Malaysia, especially with your great music.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Stay with us right here on Bernama TV. We have news updates coming up shortly.